You can be happy with inflammatory bowel disease. You can even thrive with inflammatory bowel disease. My name's Jacob and I've been living with an ulcerative colitis diagnosis for the past 10 years. And I want to help you thrive and live a better life with your inflammatory bowel disease. And that's why today I'm going to be talking about the ways in which I have turned my mindset around and my health around so I can live my best life while suffering with this chronic disease. So the first thing that is really important is that you don't panic. Things might be bad. Hell, they might be terrible right now. You might be flaring, bleeding, you might be in lots of pain, but please don't panic. Panicking is the last thing that you want to do when you're suffering with a flare because it's going to exacerbate things. It's going to put your head in the wrong space that it should be in. What you need to do is just take some time out and breathe. And we're going to be tackling mindset. Mindset is the first way that you can start healing from your inflammatory bowel disease. Just know that things will get better. Will get better. It won't last forever. Won't last forever. You're not going to feel like this forever. And just know that although, yes, you might be seeing lots of blood in the bathroom, maybe you're throwing up, maybe you're in pain, but it's not going to kill you. I was terrified of the amount of blood that I was seeing in the bathroom. I thought, I'm bleeding to death. Slowly, day by day, I'm losing blood and I'm going to die from this. But when you actually look at it and the amount of blood that's coming out, it's not enough that you're going to be dying from blood loss. And the thing is, it is very treatable. Very treatable. This alone should help you feel less panicked. You can get through this, but there are some coping mechanisms that can help you get through this. Because I won't lie to you, flares suck, and you probably know this if you're currently flaring, and they do last an amount of time. They don't just go away overnight, but just know that when you suffer an extreme hardship, there is an extreme positive on the other side. You could see it like a graph, and you're suffering, let's put it here, suffering, it may go up, and then it will go down. And on this part here, when it goes down, there's going to be some extreme positives that you can learn from this. I like to see it as a extreme learning experience. Your life will be better after this because you will learn ways to keep your body in good condition and live with inflammatory bowel disease. And this is a wake-up call, actually. Many people go through life not learning how to properly give themselves the right nutrition, not look after themselves, and do things physically and mentally that make you healthy and happy. But the way that I like to look at it is framing. Frame it differently. I'm going to write frame here. Frame it differently. So what does that mean? So I want you to look at your inflammatory bowel disease as that learning experience. It's an intense learning experience. It's a crash course on human health. You're learning how your body works. You're learning how your body becomes inflamed. And this is useful information. If you can pinpoint what causes you to flare, why you're flaring, what makes it worse, you are now armed with that information to go forward and be healthier and happier once you heal from this. And like I said, it's very treatable. Let's talk about physical. So physical repair is very important. There are so many things that you can do for your body, such as diet. I'm sure you've heard this all before. Diet, exercise, sleep. Many, many more medications, supplements. The list goes on and on. And if you want a little bit of a crash course on this, click the link in the description where I have laid out what I do in a nice, neat, free PDF for you. That'll be sent to your email. Check it out. So mindset and physical, the mind and the physical body, they're so interlinked, and working on them both at the same time is going to help you thrive with your IBD. It's essentially you're laying yourself the building blocks for success. You've got one building block here, and that might be medication to get you out of that flare. So let's write meds. And then you come up again, you've got another building block, and that's your physical. And that'll be your health, your diet, your exercise, your sleep, your medication, your supplements. It all feeds into each other. They build upon each other. And the thing is, this layer here, what sticks this together is your mind. Your mind is the glue. Without working on your mind and giving yourself the motivation to work on these things, it's really hard to really move up the next step. But the thing is, meds alone won't heal you from your flare. They might get you out of your flare, they might temporarily mask what's going on, but you'll probably end up flaring again in the future if you don't work on these other things. Because I know that, because I've been there. For many years, I relied on meds. This pen is running out. I relied on my meds alone, and I carried on doing what I was doing. I was eating takeaway. That was drinking alcohol. That was staying up late, not focusing on sleep, playing video games all day, not being motivated to do anything, feeling depressed, feeling sad, not addressing my emotions. I never graduated to this step here. Yes, I may have started going to the gym, but it never really had its true effect because I didn't have this foundation of the mindset to stick it all together. And once you're able to be positive and believe that you will heal and believe in the foods that you're eating, make better decisions, suddenly this feeds into each other. These two things work in tandem. Suddenly your medications become more effective. Suddenly the work that you're doing in the gym, the foods that you're eating, they become more effective. The medication is becoming more effective. These things work in tandem. And some of you might be wishing for a med-free life. And there's plenty of stories out there of people doing it. But do you know what they had to really, really focus on? Their mindset and their physical health. And that's all of these things here. They're just so important. And they're important for anyone. Anyone, not just people who have inflammatory bowel disease like you and I, but for just being a human and your mindset. I can't express how important the mindset really is. What you believe, your body will follow. That's why the placebo effect is a real thing. If you believe a medication is going to help you, oh, of course it will bloody help you. So just start believing in the things that you're doing. Stop the negative self-talk. So many times I told myself I don't deserve this. I'm a terrible person. I feel awful. I should live like this. I'm going to die soon. Inflammatory bowel disease is going to take me away. I've got bowel cancer. I'm going to die. What use did that do? All it served was to destroy this mindset and bring me down. And it made me feel worse. Hell, it might have even caused a flare because I just was in such a poor health state. The thing is, again, these things are just so interlinked as well. As you work on one, the other one improves. And I think that using physicality, movement, doing something, yoga, stretching, weightlifting, running, walking, whatever it may be, it's going to help your mental health. And how so? Well, it makes you feel like that you are no longer deserving of the pain. You don't deserve this. You can live better. You can thrive. You can overcome this. Think of it this way. You're going through a very tough time. I know. I know how crushing it is. I know how upsetting it is. I know how depressing it is. Isolating. You're overcoming it. You're living through it. You're becoming a stronger person because of it. And once you've been through all of this, you're going to be a healthier, happier person with a newfound, deep satisfaction of life because you've been there. You've been in that rock bottom and you've overcome it. There's a lot of self-confidence that comes with that. Suddenly, those things at work that may be stressing you out don't seem to matter so much anymore. Let's put things into perspective also. Recently, I lost my cat. And that really showed me life can just end. It can just end at any time. Something can go wrong. I'm not trying to scare you here, but it's just the facts. Life can just end. You never know what's around the corner. So the best thing that you can do in this situation, in this uncertain life, is just accept what's going on and enjoy it. What you're going through is a process. It's a journey. It's a healing journey. It's a journey of self-discovery. You're learning about yourself. You're finding out how your body works. And yes, it might be a little bit faulty. My body, your body, we're all faulty in our own ways, but inflammatory bowel disease, it's the thing that's linking us right now. We're both faulty in that way, but we can learn how to live with it and how you can even enjoy it. And I'm not saying you should sit there and enjoy the feeling of a flare, but enjoy the knowledge that it's teaching you. And you don't have to sit there and suffer through it just because, yes, it feels horrible. But you're alive. You're watching this video. Once you finish watching this video, now you've got the rest of the day. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Again, I'm not trying to scare you. It's just, I find it freeing. I find it freeing to almost accept that it could end. There's no point living in fear. Fear is one of the worst things for crushing your mindset. Living in fear is like suffering needlessly. You're experiencing suffering, physical suffering, a mental burden, a trauma. So why suffer twice? Is there any point in fearing it? I used to be scared to use the bathroom because I knew that I was going to have to see blood again. I was going to have to let blood pass through me. I was going to see the toilet bowl be bright red. But at the end of the day, the blood was there whether I went to the bathroom or not. I had already bled. The blood just needed to be released. Let out. It already happened. It might still be happening now. So why should I be scared? It's just a response inside of my body, an inflammation response, gone a bit crazy. What's the point in being scared? If I'm scared of it, I might have a greater inflammation response. A greater inflammatory response causing me to bleed more. If I just accepted it, relaxed, this is what it is. Relax. Suddenly, maybe I can enter healing. Being panicked and stressed and worried will cause your cortisol to increase. And that's the stress hormone. And yes, we might be on steroids, corticosteroids, to give us a fake version of cortisol to reduce our immune response. But to allow yourself to be in an elevated state of a high amount of cortisol, day in, day out, stressed, worried, concerned, freaked out, scared, it's going to make things worse. The best thing you can do is don't panic, relax. And you'll begin to notice a difference. I don't want you to be scared. I want you to thrive. I want you to be happy. That's why I make these videos. I want you to feel as though you can do anything. Because you can. If you believe it, you can do it. The thing is convincing yourself that you really do believe it. And I know that feeling very, very well. You may say to yourself, I will relax, I will heal, I won't panic. But you don't truly, truly believe it yet. And that's okay. It will take time. That's why there's that saying, fake it until you make it. Just start living like you do believe it, even if you truly don't. Live like your flare is going to heal any minute. Live like you're not scared. And even if you are, the fear may be lessened. Just start working on all these things. Diet, exercise, sleep. It sounds like a lot. It's not. All you're doing is incrementally working on those things. Maybe you're going to bed a little bit earlier today. Maybe you're going for a small walk today. Maybe you're making a note of, this food seemed to cause me to flare. This food seemed to cause me to have some discomfort later. That's all it is. Small things. Small things lead to big change later down the line. Make small changes day in, day out. That's all it is. Minor, incremental changes. Nothing more. We don't need to make monumental shifts right now. I've been slowly working on the way that I live over the past, I'd say, 6 years. Been slowly working on the breakfast I eat, the lunches I eat, the foods that I ingest, the way that I believe about nutrition, how it heals me, my belief in my medications, not freaking out over the smallest health concern. It's a journey, and that's why you need to enjoy it. I hope that's helped some of you, and if you are interested in learning more, again, there is that link down in the description, and please press that subscribe button to help grow the Brotherhood of Bowel Disease. We are all suffering in the same boat, and together we can thrive. And if you feel like you want someone to talk to, I have a Discord down below where you can talk to other people going through the same thing that you are. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.